Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyani. This morning I would like to share with you some research that I've been undertaking, some investigative work, some investigative journalism. I'm now something of a journalist now, I think, but I remain an advocate of the research that I've been doing around the Meyiwa trial. Let me begin by saying, Docket 375 is not here. Docket 375 can be found at the Fosloras police station. Let us also rewind and recall that Docket 375 was opened by Warrant Officer Makubu. Let us also recall that Sfiso Meyiwa is on record publicly saying that Gininda has stolen a statement out of Docket 375. This Sfiso has said all over the place. Some of you might have heard him say that. Now, my investigations go back to the death of Brigadier Ndlovu. It would appear that Ndlovu, at his disposal, or at the time, especially at the time when he was killed, was in possession of information which formed part of 375, which information he had acquired from an informant inside the Khumalo house, who had told him exactly what had happened in that house on that fateful day. This is the information that Malisa Latifo told the court, the Chifiwa Mahumela, a court, the first trial, that this is what Brigadier Ndlovu is going to say when he comes before that honorable court. But as it turned out, or as fate would have it, Brigadier Ndlovu is no longer with us today. Brigadier Ndlovu, we all know, died under very questionable circumstances. And to this day, there are a lot of question marks hanging over just how did Brigadier Ndlovu die. I'm told by one of the investigators that the missing statement, that Sfiso is always saying Gininda stole out of 375, is the statement made by Tumelo Matlala, Senzo's closest friend, to the effect that there had been no intruders into that house, and that the shooting of Senzo had happened by accident when a gun in the possession of Kelly Khumalo misfired, and one of the bullets probably, or in fact did, hit Senzo and Senzo died. So that is a statement. That is a statement which ought to be found in Docket 375, but no longer forms part of Docket 375, allegedly because it was stolen. This is the statement that Sfiso Meyiwa is always referring to. If he's not referring to this statement, maybe he'll let me know what statement he's been referring to. But to my knowledge, after all the investigations that I've made, my contacts have told me that this is the statement that was in that docket, and it had been taken by Brigadier Ndlovu, and that is what Tumelo Matlala was saying to clear his conscience. Are some of the things that he supposedly said in that statement, to say Senzo was my best friend, and everybody knows that Tumelo Matlala was very close to, he was Senzo's closest friend in that house. So in that statement, he had come clean. He had come clean to say that this is the way it happened, rubbishing completely the intruder story. So this is one of the things that I want to share with you this morning, just to show you how much or what is at play here. There's a lot at play here. Remember, shortly after Brigadier Ndlovu died, his wife was also shot in a hail of bullets, in a death which remains to this day, unsolved. Just like Brigadier Ndlovu's death. Brigadier Ndlovu's death, well, on the face of it, it looks like it was a natural death, but there are still question marks hanging around how that particular gentleman died. As for his wife, he was shot with a hail of bullets. They rained bullets on him. Up to this day, the perpetrators of that crime have not been found. So these are some of the, disturbing trends that I'm always looking at on a daily basis in and around the Meyiwa trial. So that should we find docket 375, and we should find it should still be found at the Vosloorus police station where it was opened by Warrant Officer Makubo. And I'm reliably informed that it is still to be found at the Vosloorus police station. Unfortunately, we'll find it minus that crucial statement. That statement has just been stolen out of that docket, ripped out of that docket. So that the day we lay our hands on 375, let us always remember that it will be minus that statement. The statement that Brigadier Ndlovu took from one of the people in the house, Makala Senzo's best friend. That is quite a bombshell. That is quite a bombshell. But this is also reinforced by the fact that, my belief in this is also reinforced by the fact that Meyiwa, Senzo's elder brother, has always lamented about the theft of a statement by Gininda out of 375. I think this reinforces my point that, this statement was in fact stolen out of, a statement has been stolen out of docket 375. If it so names the culprit, you can add one and one. But these are some of the things that, and Brigadier Ndlovu, a lot of enemies. Because just by the look of it, this narrative coming from a brigadier totally negates the narrative that we are seeing unfold in the Pretoria High Court. So it was at this stage that police parted ways. It was at this stage that we saw the birth of 636, followed shortly right thereafter by the birth of 375. So Ndlovu is no longer with us today. But I think the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together. I am looking deeper and deeper into Brigadier Ndlovu, the circumstances surrounding his death, the circumstances perhaps surrounding the death of his wife, and also I'll be looking into the many other people who are potential witnesses in this trial, who have simply vanished. It will be very interesting to, not just to have the number. I'm told the number is something of the order of 9. 9 people or so have perished. To find out, maybe if you don't even find, even if you don't get information from all of them, but if you can get 3, 4 and just profile them on the daily fix, just to say to people, this is how witness, so potential witness, so and so for the defense died, and possibly to say this was what that witness was going to say. Having said that, let me thank you for watching this video, and let me also thank you for watching many other videos, and let me thank you for all the subscriptions that I'm seeing, and please have a nice